Alright, today I want to tell you about how I found some ways to save money on my aging AC system. To do this, there's a couple of options you can look at. Obviously, you can hire an expert to come out. Doesn't necessarily mean you need them to fix things, but at least they can give you a better idea of what might be wrong. The other option is you can simply open up your heat pump and air handler, find the parts. I'm mostly going to cover capacitors in this video, but you can do that yourself as well. Whichever case you decide to go with. There's a couple of parts I like to keep on hand. Capacitors, they will fail in air conditioning. It's kind of a known fact. I'm going to include down in the comments section, I'm going to put a link to a video I found from an Orlando AC company that kind of explain why this, well, they don't even seem to know, but that basically these things do happen. Okay, so let's say you want to hire someone. So I just happened to get this magazine in the mail the other day. This is kind of what I did. I just opened up this home savings magazine, and there's a couple ads in there. I just looked to see which ones might be cheap or inexpensive and seem to do exactly what I'm looking for them to do. So I hired an AC company at first, and they came out, took things apart, ran some maintenance and diagnostics on it, and then they tell you what kind of needs to be replaced. Now keep in mind, these guys, their job is to sell you. They're not making any money off of this $30, $40, $50 service to come out and maintain it. What they're going to make money off is finding things that they will tell you needs to be replaced. Obviously, you need to make your own decisions here, but I'd suggest you kind of do some research, do some homework on your own first. Just as another note, when the AC guy's out here, I suggest you don't tell them you're going to order new parts or show them on your phone how cheap you can get these things on Amazon. That's usually they're not going to do a complete job for you if you do that. All right, if you are going to open up your heat pump on your own, I suggest that you first pull your plug on it. All right, so here's my heat pump. It actually has just a couple of bolts to take this panel off. So I'm actually going to fast forward till I've got it taken off. In here, you can see I actually have two capacitors. I have a big drum, and then I have a small two-prong. You can see here, this is just kind of a probably a starter, and the other one is actually a running. So if I actually take a picture of this and zoom in on it, I can actually get some of the details that I need. And we're going to use those here in a little bit. So yeah, here's the other one. I'm going to come back and refer to those. Now for the inside air handler, I'm going to take the couple of screws off of the panel, and I have one capacitor in here as well. And this one's actually mounted. I can actually just pull that one screw out, and then here I've got the details of it. All right, so my last AC guy that came out, he told me I needed two new capacitors. One of them was the big one. He said it was having problems, it wasn't doing what it's supposed to be, and the other one he said had rust on it. Now, I don't really care if it has rust on it as long as it works, but this is what he told me. And this is the quote he gave me, $380 each. So now that I know how much they want to charge me for, I'm going to go do some research and find out what these cost. Okay, so I'm going to actually bring this picture up right next to Amazon. Now, a couple of things I want to look at on this particular capacitor. I've got appears to be a part number 12934. I've got the volts. I've got the actual microfarads. That's the UF at the top. Some other things I've noticed here, it says no PCBs. Also has 10,000 AFC. So let's do a search for that part number. All right. Let's see, I got a couple of items. I'm not sure that part number is going to actually give me what I need to find. So, well, let's see the actual size of this capacitor. If I was really looking at this closely, I'd actually probably have measured this, which I'll go back and do. So here's the size of it. Looks like it's about 3 or 4 inches. And yeah, that one's probably a little bit too long. So let's go pull up another one. Let's do a different search. Let's search on the actual microfarads. So if I go back here, I see that it is a 15 microfarad. Instead of the UF, you can put MFD. That seems to be what they want to search for. I'm going to put in the voltage, 440 volt. And looks like I got a lot more results here. So now we're getting closer. So, hmm, I know it can seem a little daunting, but let's go here. I've actually got, you know what, this first one right here looks pretty close. Let's take a look at this one here. I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. All right, let's bring this up side by side. All right, let's find a picture here I can zoom in. Here we are. Okay, now on here I can see I have 15 microfarads plus or minus 6%. Guess what? That's exactly what I have on the other one. Okay, that part's good. I can see here it's 370 to 440 volt. Perfect, got that as well. Um, the other parts I can look at, no PCB. I can see that right here next to the code, no PCB. And I see 10,000 AFC, and that's the same on the other one. So I've actually, this is the one I need. Um, so if I go back, um, close this out, this is definitely looks like the one I need. And looks like my price for this thing is $11.11. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's look at the other capacitor I've got. This is the big drum one. All right, I can see some of the items here. 80 plus 7.5 microfarads, no PCB. Once again, 10,000 AFC. Looks like a part number maybe down here. And looks like I got my voltage. You can't see it here, but actually in addition to this, it's 440/370. I'm gonna try to finger this. Okay, not so good. Anyways, that says 370 in case you can't see it. All right, so let's do a search for this one here. Let's do the microfarad. That seemed to work pretty well on the last one. So this is a 80 plus 7.5, and we've got a bunch here. Oh, looks like this might be it right here. Let's take a look. This is for electric motor HVAC. That's what I've got. Let's see, it's 87.5 microfarads. It's got the right voltage. And this quite possibly could be the one we need. Yep, looks like we've got our particular parts here. I'd say we're probably in good shape on this one. And looks like our price is good too, $14.59. Now this one didn't need replacing, but I'm going to get one anyways. This is 7.5 microfarads. It's 370 or 440 volt AC. Looks like we have a part number at the top. Okay, let's go do some searching. 7.5 microfarad, 440 volt. All right, capacitor. You know what? None of these look right. Let's do a search for this part number, see if we get lucky. Ooh, this looks much better. How about this one here? It's got good reviews to boot. Okay. Now if we kind of blow this picture up here, do some screenwriting. All right. You know what? This looks identical. 7.5 microfarads, 440 volt AC. And there's our exact part number. This is definitely it. So I think we got a winner. And look at this, $10.05. We're golden. If we go back and compare what the AC guy quoted us, $380 each for these capacitors times two, he wanted 760 bucks. I can buy these at Amazon for less than 30 bucks. I don't know about you, but I'm not really willing to pay $730 to have these installed for me. I think I can do that on my own, and I'll probably make another video on when I change them out. But, thanks for watching.